Hey, how's it going, everyone? Thank you for blessing me with the opportunity to talk about astrology. You guys are awesome. Never change. So, I've recently developed this fear of German sausages. I always fear the worst. Bratwurst always getting me, man. It's strange. We're talking about fear today. I just had to throw that in there. Okay, so this is how we'll do it, guys. I'm going to give you 3 takeaways on how to overcome fear when it comes to astrology. So when you have a fear, how can you look at your birth chart to understand why that fear is there and, damn it, how to get rid of it? How do you find out? That's what we're going to go into. First off, if you have any self-doubts whatsoever, just remember one thing: actions always drive out fear. Period. If you have any fear whatsoever of anything, if you do something, the fear is going to fade. I remember this specific time when I was in high school, and we would always hang out at this wash area where you're not supposed to be in school. We were just getting high and stuff. And there was this tunnel. And everyone's like, oh no, that tunnel's really scary. Nobody goes in there, blah, blah, blah. What did I do? Get up and walk into the damn tunnel. I want to get out of school. So I'm walking through this tunnel. And it wasn't scary. That's how it works. Actions always drive out those fears. Anything you're afraid of. If you start taking steps towards it, the fear is going to fade, and then you're going to wonder why you had the fear in the first place. Because it's not really there. It's up here. Me personally, I've always had a fear of myself. Because I'm always like angry, apparently. People think I always look angry. And I'm always wondering to myself, why do people think that? Because I'm not an angry person. I'm actually really happy most of the time and childish. But the reason why people think that I'm angry most of the time is because of my Mars and Aries. It's not my fault. Blame Mars and Aries, not really, don't blame it. But that's how I come off, is I come off like, okay, I'm going to go beat this person up and this person, but I'm not really going to hurt anyone. I'm just thinking. When I think, I go deep. I get super deep. I turn out really high, Like, I'll have a thought like, okay, this is a really aggressive thought. And then I'll turn it up. And I'm like, this is really aggressive thought, Imagine people looking at me, having ideas, wanting to hit me in the face all the time. But remember, action drives it out for me. So if I'm always talkative, if I'm always upbeat, then no fear really exists. Aries, Mars. Mars, Aries. Mars and Aries. Mars is a sign of struggle. It's a sign that's struggling all the time. Mars is a sign that's always struggling. It's always struggling on something. It's always struggling for something, to do something, to feel something, to have something. No matter what sign your Mars is in, you're always going to be suffering through that sign, whatever it is. For Jazz, it's Pisces. So she's always suffering through spirituality, but fighting through it too. And me, it's just being aggressive. And so you guys can use me as a barometer for your Mars. Anyone could, because my Mars is in Aries, and Aries is ruled by Mars. So explanation for my Mars is kick ass, ask questions later, get your ass kicked, then kick ass and ask questions later again, and then get your ass kicked. And then you just completely reiterate that a billion times in your life, and that's my personality. In a nutshell. So there you go. That's Mars. Now you guys know everything you ever need to know about Mars. That's all I do. I'm going to give you guys an opposite so you guys can understand better, have a better understanding. My daughter. Today, we scared her with a roach toy, okay? I wish I had brought it because this would be perfect time to bring it out, guys. But what happened is I showed her it's a clip for your chips, right? I might show an image right now. It's this clip that you put on your chips so that the chips don't get crappy because they're open and stale. They'll get stale if they're open. So it's a clip to close them. And so we throw it at my daughter and she just turns up the fear because that's what Libra does. And she has Mars in Libra. So her fear goes all the way up. Nothing can stop her. She's all the way up the stairs in the house, crying in the room for what seemed like 5 to 10 to 20 minutes. And I'm thinking to myself, oh my God, dude, she's using all this negative energy and it's just living inside of her. Remember, guys, Mars is a planet of struggle. So she was struggling to understand it was a joke. She was struggling. That's where her struggle is in life. Her struggle is understanding how things balance out in the world. How do people talk to you? How do you talk to others? That's her goal in life, is to find out that. Okay? And I want to jump up to my Venus, which is also in Libra. My goal is the same as hers, except it's not aggressive. My goal is passive. My goal to get other people to relate with themselves is passive, because it's a Venus. It's in the native Venus. So Libra is very, very, very sensitive, but strong. So sensitive and strong. Libra will ask you everything that they need to know about you to make sure that you stay happy. But if you step on them or push them, they will make an ass out of you. They will make a jackass out of you, I'm telling you, because that's just how it works. And because Libra is my warrior, Libra's a warrior. Libra's gonna fight. And so I'm expecting my daughter to get over this fear of roaches or fear of scares, because that's what it is. She's afraid of being scared. She thinks that if we scare her, then she's 7 years old, by the way. She thinks that if we scare her, that the fear is always going to be inside of her forever, right? And what I'm trying to teach her to do is to breathe. That's all you gotta do, really, guys. When you're afraid, take a breath. Live with it. Live with the breath. To overcome self-doubt, you look at your Mars, guys. To overcome self-doubt and fear, you look at your Mars. If you're wondering, say, like me, before I knew about birth charts, why am I always looking angry? Why do I always do that? Maybe there's something wrong with me. Maybe I fight too much. Maybe I'm offensive. Maybe. Doesn't get you nowhere, bro. Sister, it won't get you anywhere. What you gotta do is you take your responsibility for yourself and you say, my birth chart, my life, my ego self, my controller, my remote. This is how I walk through life. And you use it. You use that tool. Everyone has a remote to play this game of life. What buttons are on yours? How do you thrive? Once again, everyone, this has to come to an end. So I'm going to say thank you. And you guys, I just hope you understand yourself better. Or you're learning to understand yourself better. Because it's really important. You gotta fight off those demons, man. You gotta fight those dragons. And action drives out fear, so start studying your birth chart. You guys have a blessed rest of your day, and thank you.